12 Sports Team presents your Southern Tier Kickoff.
Thank you for staying with us this Saturday. As mentioned, Penn State and Syracuse off, but there is a ton of action going on around the tiers, and we are going to head to one of those games right now. We're going to go live as 12 Sports' Keith Savage joins us from Butterfield Stadium and a few hours away from Ithaca and RPI. Keith, what is going on in the Finger Lakes?
Thanks, Zach. Like you said, it's a gorgeous day, 60 degrees at Butterfield Stadium as the Ithaca Bombers are hosting the RPI Engineers. If you base this off history, it's going to be a fun one. Last 2 times, all determined by 3 or less points, including a game-winning field goal to RPI for Ithaca to win. The start of that game was defensive back Jake Connolly. He had 2 interceptions. 2024, he's been on fire. He leads his team in tackles, including a 24-0 shutout win a week ago against Rochester. He led with 13 tackles and a forced fumble. Jalen Aldsworth, the running backs, also a star. 100 rushing yards, 3 straight games in a row. Something to watch out for is quarterback, who will be starting. It's looking like Matthew Parker for Ithaca. The sophomore got his first career start just a week ago. RPI also coming off a victory. Both teams 1-1 in Liberty League matchup. Overall, this is going to be a fun ball game. Kickoff is here at 1 p.m. That's all I have here. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Keith Savage out in the field, killing it once again for us live in Ithaca. We'll have some of those highlights afterwards at 11 o'clock tonight, as no 6 o'clock on WBNG because of football, no 10 o'clock on the CW because of football, but we do have a 11 o'clock broadcast tonight. And going on around the tier, the rest of the action here in the STK. The Cortland Red Dragons will make a trip southwest to Alfred, New York to take on the Alfred University Saxons. The second-ranked Red Dragons are rolling to a 5-0 start this season, the closest test being a 48-38 win against number 11 Susquehanna. That game, Red Dragons came back as well, down 14 at one point in time. Alfred comes in above 500 right now at 3-2. Throughout time, though, Alfred does lead. Cortland has taken the last 4 appearances against the Saxons. This game is going to start at 1 p.m. Saxons looking to bounce back. Cortland looking to extend their school record winning streak. They are hot. And the only thing I'll say about this one, shout out to the 2 former Colony Raiders who are on Alfred, who will be playing in this game tonight.
In the Cornell Big Red, they're taking a road trip across the state line as they prepare for a matchup with the Bucknell Bison. The Big Red sitting at 1-3 and coming off a 38-20 loss to Harvard. Bucknell comes into this one 3-3, but their offense has scored 30 or more in all 3 of those wins. Cornell offense has been up and down so far, although they've led the Ivy League in completion percentage. They've had games where they've only scored 10 points and others where they've put up almost 50. The key in this one will be hoping quarterback Jameson Wong and the rest of the offense can get going early and often, limiting the Bison's air attack. Neither team has had a player go for over 100 yards on the ground yet this season, so expect this one to be a high-scoring affair with plenty of action through the air.
In a couple of hours northeast, the Colgate Raiders host the Georgetown Hoyas in Hamilton. The tale so far has been total opposites for both teams. Colgate has struggled, sitting with a 1-5 record and last in the Patriot League. Meanwhile, the Hoyas come into Andy Kerr Stadium off a 17-0 shutout against Lafayette last week, sitting in second place in the Patriot League. Despite the rough start, though, Colgate still has a chance to climb back in their conference, with most Patriot League teams playing their second conference matchup of the year this weekend. Colgate will be looking to Cole Kozlowski to have a big game on defense, in leading the conference in tackles per game, averaging 3rd best in all FCS programs.
And down for Hartwick, 1-4 Hartwick on the road taking on St. John Fisher, who sits at 2-3. St. John Fisher coming off a 52-6 win over Hilbert, while Hartwick is coming off a 53-0 shutout loss. In 2005, the Cardinal have won 15, since 2005, they've won 15 of the last 18 matchups. They won winners of the last 5. They won back in 2017. As for Hartwick, after their home straight games on the road, Hartwick ranks 5th in the league in points per game at 25 and 6th in total offense and 1st in passing yards per game. Hartwick wide receiver Carlito Almaty, 4 catches, 359 yards, and 2 touchdowns in 4 games for the Hawks. St. John Fisher running back Camden Chance coming off a career-high 91 rushing yards on 15 attempts against Hilbert. St. John Fisher faces Cortland next week.
And stay tuned right here on WBNG for the CBS Game of the Day. College football kicks off at 3:30 this afternoon. Illinois hosting the Wolverines. This is a ranked matchup with both teams. Michigan entering 24. Illinois ranked 21, I believe, at the moment. They look to improve their season. That one kicks off today, 3:30, right here on WBNG.